Welcome to another Roll for Crit at Gen Con 2015 mini update. I'm Jonathan Estes.
I'm Will Keeler. So there's a lot to do at this convention. So of course we had to go our separate ways to try to reach everything. And you made your way over to the Arcane Wonders booth. And what did you find there?
I did. Well, I'll tell you.
All right.
Well, last year, of course, Sheriff of Nottingham was the big hit.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Their first in their line of Dice Tower Essentials games. Well, this year we talked about in our preview episode, City of Gears, and that's what I went over there to look for. It's not available yet. They didn't have a demo or anything, but they did have another upcoming in their line of Dice Tower Essentials, which is called Onitama, and it was really cool. I didn't know anything about it, and I don't know if a lot of people do, but it's a two-player game, head-to-head, very much in the vein of something like chess, where it's sort of a checkered board, and each person has 5 pieces. I think it's 5, might be a little bit different. Pawns, basically, and then one leader. And your goal is very simple, is to either get your leader into the other person's home base, or kill their leader. But what makes it interesting is you're not just moving forward or diagonally. You have cards with different moves on them. So almost like, imagine if it was chess, one card would be the knight, and it moves in an L shape. So you have 2 options in front of you. Everything's open information, and that you can see your opponent's cards. You have 2 cards. If, say, one of them's the knight, you decide to use it. What you do then, you switch the knight out with whatever was in the center, which nobody had, and let's say that was a pawn, whatever. Obviously, this isn't chess. That's in the center, and then you get whatever was there. And on your opponent's next turn, when they go, they're going to switch what they used with what you put in that spot. So as you play, you can always look ahead and know what possible moves you're giving to your opponent in the future. So if you're very careful and observant, you can really spend a lot of time analysis paralysis figuring out who's going where. And also, but the moves are much more creative on this. Some of them are like you can go up or forward. A lot of them you can go backwards. You don't have to do the full move sometimes. Or you can just like jump across the board, and it's a Japanese theme. They're all it looks like calligraphy, like water or whatever, and they're all named after animals. So it's really cool. But it's a super simple game. The time on the box literally is 5 minutes. I'm probably not going to sell for very much, but that's a good thing as a bonus. So as a small game, like it doesn't have the same ooh wow factor that Sheriff had.
Right.
But it definitely it feels very classic, very simple, very fun.
I think what they're trying to do is in their Dice Tower Essentials list, they don't want to all be like, here's all your 4. It's just the 4-player games. Like they want
exactly.
And I think this is their answer to the short. Closer to the pocket kind of.
Presumably, City of Gears, we don't really know anything much about yet, but seems like that might be a bit of a heavier, where Sheriff is like their party bluffing game. So yeah, they want a variety, which is cool. So yeah, I don't know when it's releasing. I lost, but I did pretty bad. First, I was just like picking things at random, but I made the guy think a little bit who was working at the booth. So there was so I felt proud of myself for that.
By not having a strategy, you forced him to think.
Well, as you go on, what's cool about it is there's you kind of get into it because you realize which cards do what.
Now, is it when you play against each other? Is it similar to the game Angelica Regnum when you're mirrored? So if you see your opponent use a card, he can't use that anymore, but you might still have it.
Sort of like that, except again, everything is open information. Okay. So there's no luck. There's nothing.
There's no deck of cards. There's just the same moves.
It's the same. I think there maybe I don't know exactly how it gets set up, but I think maybe you choose the beginning which cards you use because you're always flipping into what comes in and out of your opponents. So yeah, but it's very much a game that I feel that once you get the hang of it, you start to learn those moves. Again, super simple, but it looks cool. So that's Onitama, something. We'll put it on the screen, so you can look that up, check it out if you get a chance. It's a Dice Tower Essential, Arcane Wonders, so I'm sure we don't need to help it sell.
Yeah.
If you want to see more Gen Con coverage, you can always check our website. The official URL is rollforcrit.com/GenCon15. And they can follow us on the web as well, on Twitter and other things. We have links on our pages.
Yep. But for now, I'm Will Keeler.
I'm Jonathan Estes. Stay tuned. It's Roll for Crit.